My question has to do with, in the past, I know that I'm pretty powerful at manifesting. I've done some pretty good things and achieved everything I focused on as a younger man. Up, down, up, down. A lot of contrast in the last 2 years have me doubting and shaking my confidence at what I'm able to do. And sometimes I feel stuck. Analysis paralysis. You know, I failed construction company, 2 pretty bad relationships back to back. So now I feel like I need to do something to move forward to get my confidence back. And I know how powerful I am. I've done it in the past. I've achieved everything I've focused on. And I feel like I've lost the confidence in my ability. And I know it's there.
This conversation that we just had is really a good basis here, because does it make sense to you that when you are beginning your experience and focusing on something that you want, that with the absence of any trepidation or worry or any history of things not going right, that if you're just observing, does it make sense to you that your vibration would be purer, more focused upon what you want early on than later?
Yes, it seems that things go really, really well for about 1.5 years, and then, you know, there's contrast,
but
very strong contrast.
We're not just talking about, we want you to just back up and have a conceptual conversation with us just a little bit. We're talking theory and concept more than we are specifics of what you specifically have been living. We started to say, what do you think were the dynamics of the times that felt more easily successful in comparison with the times that feel less successful? But then we decided to take a more general approach to it and point out that if you are a human who is observing life, and if you are in a reasonably functional environment where there's not too much contrast being presented to you early on, your natural resources that you were born with of expansion and eagerness will carry you quite a long way. In other words, when you're young, it is more likely that you would feel optimistic and anticipating good things coming to you than maybe after you've been banging around for a little while, because the tendency is to focus upon what's been happening and, without even meaning to, let what's been happening adjust your vibration. For example, it could be possible, it would not be possible under these conditions with Esther, because Esther knows what's going on with all of this. In other words, Esther knows who Mark is. Esther knows what his intention is relative to the sound system. Esther's not worried about anything going terribly wrong with anything that is happening here. But for example, if this had been the first seminar, this is a fairly new piece of equipment, and they've had several really successful seminars with it. If this had been the first seminar after installing that piece of equipment, Esther's faith in that piece of equipment would be more shaken. In other words, her experience is causing her to feel the way she is feeling. It's what happens with all of you. Your experience and your observation of your experience causes you to offer vibrations. So when something goes wrong and you observe it, now you're practicing the vibration of disallowing what you want to go right without even knowing that you are. So the next thing that was on its way to you is slightly muted by the introduction of your awareness of what went wrong. Make sense? Mm-hmm. And because it's muted by your awareness of what might go wrong, because you've practiced that vibration and you got that little grid going, now even though you may have strong desire that was presented and your vortex may be delivering to you, to your grid, things that you want, they're muted again because of your observation. And so that's why the process of keeping your vibration as clear as you can by going as general as you can really is the process in all of this. Is a little tricky for our physical friends, because on the one hand, you want to be deliberate creators, which means you want to be specific about what you want. But the more life experience you gather, and the more specific you are about what you want, but also specific you are about what could go wrong, You carry that information with you, you hold it to you vibrationally, and then it influences, it affects the ease with which your grid fills in.
It's a doubt that didn't used to exist. From just, it's a doubt that didn't used to exist. They used to have no doubt. So I'm trying to clear that.
So now let's pose the question. Why is my doubt more active now than it used to be? That's a pretty good nugget that comes out of this. Why do I have more active doubt now than I used to have? So answer that question just as quickly. Just let it flow from you. Why do I doubt more now?
Because of recent setbacks and the timing between the setbacks.
Because I've had more experience.
I've had more experience.
Which has caused me to focus on more of what I don't want relative to things I do want. So I've been practicing a vibration that is apart from what I want, which is what doubt is. Doubt, anger, frustration, fear, every emotion that you would describe in negative terms is always the same thing. It's an awareness because you're feeling the emotion. So it is an awareness. It's an indicator. Let's use the word indicator even more than awareness. It's an indicator that I have something going on in my vibration that is hindering what I really want. So,
yes.
So it's interesting because you say, I have doubt about results I'm getting, and we say the results you're getting are because of your doubt. And you say, but wait, my doubt wasn't there before I saw something go wrong. And now that I've seen it go wrong, I would have to be a foolish person to deny that what happened happened. And we say, we're not asking you to deny it. We're just asking you, how active do you want that to be in your vibration? So if you could just bring it down to this simple thing. Do I like the feeling of doubt? Do I believe that it is optional? Ooh. Is doubt optional? Is doubt optional? I've been witnessing things, and as I observe them, I feel doubt. I feel negative emotion. Is this negative emotion optional? Abraham, come on. It's out there for me to see. It matters to me. It's vivid in my experience. I don't see how I can feel other than I feel when I look at that. So is doubt optional? No, doubt is not optional if you're going to look at that. Because if you're going to look at that, because your inner being isn't looking at that, if you're going to look at that, doubt isn't optional. Doubt is mandatory. If you're going to look at things that oppose what you want, doubt isn't optional. It's going to happen. So do I have any options? Yeah, you could not look at that. Oh, but that's way hard. It's way hard. How can I not look at that? It's two of them back to back. How could I not look at that? How could I not look at that? Well, we know it's not easy to not notice what's happening. And when it's happening, that's not the time to try to look away, because there's momentum happening. But on some subjects, you feel better than others. So if you make the subject here not the results that you want, but the way you feel, if you let what you're going for be the way you feel, and you care enough, sometimes something bigger and badder than you want to experience happens before your desire to feel good takes its proper place, first place. In other words, sometimes you have to just want to feel good more than anything else. And then that desire to feel good guides you. It helps you know what to do. Your desire to feel good comes into such clarity that you no longer wonder what to do. You know exactly what to do. And former indecisions, former things that you've grappled with, former things that you've worried about and wondered about, they just fall by the wayside, because your desire to feel good becomes so triumphantly important to you that it just dominates the thoughts that you think, it dominates the behavior that you offer, and your grid just fills in with more of what you want. Now, all of that was more theoretical than specifically applied, but did you get what we were talking about?
Absolutely.
Those emotions are your indicator that you just don't feel the way the larger part of you feels. In other words, the grid part of you, the source part of you, the source energy part of you is a different vibrational frequency than what you've got going on right here, right now. And if that's the only thing that you ever came to understand about your emotional guidance system, it would be all you would need to live happily ever after, because then you would understand that through all that you have lived, you have been in the process of becoming. And what you've become is important for you to now be. In other words, you have moved to a perception of such appreciation over all that you have lived, that when you are focused otherwise, you feel the discord of the absence, or the pinching off. It can never be the absence, the pinching off of who you really are. We're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. Do not worry, we will wedge our message in the crack. We're wanting you to understand that you are source energy in a physical body, and that this you, focused out here on this leading edge, is important to all that we are. We're wanting you to begin to understand the relationship between who you are here and now and who you are as this eternal source energy being. It's been a question that humans have been asking from the beginning of their awareness that they are here in this physical time-space reality. How do I fit into the bigger picture? And why am I here? And what am I supposed to be doing? And how is it that I got here to begin with? And where will I go when I'm no longer focused here? And what about all of those who have come before? What is this continuum of life experience? What's it about? And we want you to come to understand, and maybe you will as a result of what we're chewing on together here today, and maybe it will be more life experience that will bring you to a keener awareness of it. But we want you to understand that you are the leading edge of thought, and that all that we are and all that exists is focused out here on this leading edge with you. And that when your life causes enough contrast or variety that causes you to come to a clear perspective of what would be better for you here and now, out here on this leading edge, that understanding is held by us, and that the non-physical part of you literally becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you are now asking for. We want you to understand that you're not here trying to catch up with that which non-physical is, in the sense that we've got it all figured out and now you're here being tested to see if you can figure it out. It's that together, us from our non-physical perspective and you from your physical perspective, are carving out the new pathways, the new becoming, the new beginning, the new awareness, the new joyous survival of that which is physical, the new expansion of all that is. We're eager to talk with you about whatever matters to you. Do not worry about the order of things as they unfold. We will see to it that it is a unfolding that is logical and that will bring you to the greatest potential of clarity. We want to tell you in advance that we feel deep appreciation for your willingness to play here with us, because it is your leading edge experience that poses the question, that summons the answer, that poses the problem, that summons a solution. And in all of that, you are the reason for the expansion of all that is. You're too humble, you're too modest to acknowledge that in most cases. In most cases, you are sure that you are not the important ones, but you are. You are the pioneers of this expanding universe. And we are right behind you, shoring you up with our knowledge of how the laws of the universe work. We know that for some, this perspective of who you are and how you fit into the bigger picture, and who we are and how we fit into the bigger picture, is at first a bit unsettling, because it goes crossways of things that you've come to feel about yourselves before. But we want you to understand that you are leading edge creators, and that what you think and what you desire, the desire that is born out of the life that you are living, matters. It matters so much that when you come to a conclusion, all that is backs you up in that conclusion and holds the vibrational frequency of your newest found conclusion. And the emotions that you feel, if you feel them consciously, are your conscious measurement of where you stand in relationship with your own expansion. Isn't that nice to know? It's not about what someone else is doing. It's not about what somebody else thinks you should be doing. It's only about the expansion that has happened and your vibrational relationship with it right here and now. What do you want to talk about?